Welcome to CS 121. We now switch gears to guided project 4-1 in Excel. We will work on that. And let me share my screen. And we are already broadcasting on the classroom screen. So here we are at 4-1. And what we need to do is go to Moodle and get this wherever for Excel, okay, file. So we just go into Moodle and run with the pause and practices at this point. Okay, and we want wherever Excel, and seeing that I'm pretty sure this wherever text is going to be part of it too. I'm going to just get both of these on my desktop right now. Okay. All right. So I think we've got 18 steps here with this one. So it's a good load. We'll start by opening wherever 04 Excel. And we will save this as a copy. And it will go in our Excel folder in our desktop. CS 121 today, MS Excel, and we use our initials, Excel 4-1. Okay, there we go. Step one. Okay, now we're going to import a text file, so that's why I wanted to have that on the desktop right away. And what we'll do is we'll go to the inventory worksheet here, and we'll click on cell I3. Okay, and we're going to click on the data tab. This text from text CSV. Click that, and it'll load up a little menu here. And if we go, I put mine on my desktop so it's easy to find. It's usually at the bottom, and it's wherever text 04. Click that and import. Now, we get a little view box here. Okay. And we want to click the delimiter arrow and choose tab. Delimiter, okay, right there. I was looking at custom. Delimiter arrow and choose tab. And that will do that. And the data shows 2 columns, which is correct. And we want to click this load arrow. And we want it to go to the load to the existing worksheet. So it gives us a little import data box. We're going to just tap that button there. And then we want to make sure I3, so $I, $3, and that will bring the data in there. And it'll be orange. Okay. All right, so we want to close this pane. And we want to select cell I3 again. It already was, but we'll do it again there. And we want to click the Convert to Range button, which is in the Design tab, Tools group. Convert to Range right here. Okay. And it's going to say this will permanently do stuff. We click OK anyways. Okay. And then we want I3 and IJ. Want to select those, and we want to clear all with the Home tab, Editing group. One of these is clear all right there. Okay. We want to select cells I4 through J40. Okay, I4 to J40, and we want to clear the formats again with the home tab, editing group. Want to clear the formats. Okay, and it's the one below the just the formats. Okay. And we want to format cells I4 to J40 again. We want to use Trebuchet from the fonts. Way at the bottom. See that Trebuchet MS right there? That's the one we want. Okay, and then we want to use the format painter to copy H4 to these other two here. And we want to auto fit columns. I'm seeing that this whole thing went to Trebuchet. I'm just gonna back up real quick here. Because when I changed that to Trebuchet, that is when I had the problems. I'm wondering, it wanted I4, but I think I'm just gonna. Yeah. Let's just try that. For some reason, I don't know if doing that whole column was the same way. Maybe I could get away with that. I'm not sure. But it looked weird when I did that. It just looks kind of the same actually. So I guess it didn't matter. But yeah, you highlight that painter. And those should be the same. And we want to auto fit I and J. And I'm really tempted to auto fit the whole thing, to be honest with you. Because I see numbers kind of missing, but I think it asks us to later. So select cells A1 to J2. Okay, and we'll bring up the launcher. And we want this to be on the horizontal tab, center across select. We've done that step many times. We want to flash fill some codes here. So we're going to insert a column between B and C. So I click on B. And I right click insert. Nope, I did it wrong. Click on C. Right click insert. Okay, you want it between rugged and in the color there. And we're going to type in C4 catalog code. Okay. And then right below it in C5, we're going to type WE001 underscore R, H, and B. And we'll press enter. And then for the next one in C6, we'll just type the WE002. And it looks like it wants to do a whole bunch of work for us. So we'll hit the enter key. And we will take it. And auto fit column C. And like I said, I don't know the way this is looking. I'm just going to auto fit them all right now. If for some reason it changes things a hair, I'm not going to take off points for auto fitting. I promise you that. Promise. Auto fitting is neat and nice. So, okay. So we're going to do some apply conditional formatting here. With F5 to F40. We'll just highlight those. And we'll click the conditional format button. So That's under the home tab, and it's kind of this red one here. And what we want to do is want to highlight cell rules that are less than. So what we want to do is if something's less than a certain number, we want to highlight it. And they have 3 in there, but we're going to change that to a 2. Okay. And we want it red. And it looks good, and we will accept that. Okay, and we're going to display and use auto filter arrows here. So we'll click cell A5 and click the filter button, which is on the data tab. This is great big, looks like a funnel. Click that. Okay, and what it does is it gives us little menu buttons on the top of the columns there, top headings. They're called auto filter buttons. So we want to go to the supplier column, which is the second to the last. We want to click that little arrow, and we want to select the Jennifer's Closet box. Now, sorry, it wants us to deselect everything first and then select Jennifer's Closet. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Now we want to go to the inventory worksheet. So this looks pretty nice. And that conditional formatting, we want to try to remember where that is because one of those will be in our project, okay? Later on, that's another example of it where we have to have a command that does something with data, okay? Let's go to the inventory workshop now. Okay, we already are, I'm sorry. It's been a long day. We want to copy this worksheet to the end. So what we'll do is we'll right click it here. Move or copy. Okay. Move to end. Create copy and click OK. And we want to rename this copy to markup. Enter, and then we right click it and we go to tab color and we want that gold. Accent 4. Just the one way over to the right there, third from the right. Okay. We want to click the auto filter arrow for the supplier column again. Now we're in a different page now. See how we had it over here and here. Okay, so now we're in markup. And we want to clear filter from supplier. And that just added a whole bunch of stuff. Want to click the filter button on the data, this funnel looking button. And we want to click it and it takes away all those arrows on there. Okay. And we want to click conditional formatting again, which is the red button. Very important button. I'm glad they made it red because it's easy to find. You should probably kind of be comfortable finding this on your own, okay? And what we want to do is want to clear the rules and select clear rules from entire sheet. Okay, so now it's just one big page of data. We'll click cell A5, it already is, but we'll click it again. Data range is a header row with blank above it. Okay, click the format as table button. That's in the styles group, format as table. And we want the gold medium 5. So we go to medium, and usually it's the 5th one over. Gold table style medium 5. And we want to confirm that it's $$, $$A, $4, colon, $K, $40. And we want to make sure that my table has headers is checked. Click OK. Select cells A4 to K4. Okay, and change the font color to black. Less than 5%, so that's by home. Come down here, and black less than 5% is right there at the bottom. And A4 to K40. Okay, so we're gonna do the whole thing. Get it just right here. And we want all borders on that guy. Okay, so select cell A5 and click the table name box. Table design, properties group, table name box is right there. And we want to call it little TBL markup. And hit enter. That gets us to number 10. Add a collected column to the table. So we're going to insert a column at column J. Okay, so we'll just do here. Insert column. To be between retail and supplier, yes. Okay, and then we'll go to J4. And we're going to call that one markup. Hit enter. And in J5, we're going to make a formula. So we'll highlight J5 and we'll type up equal. And we're going to click I5. And we'll do minus H5. Okay, we hit enter. And it does the whole row for you. Okay. It does the whole row for you. So control home. And we'll save it. And we're more than half done here, so we're doing good. Now we're going to copy this worksheet as well. So we go down to the bottom. And we're going to move our copy. Move to the end. Create a copy. Click OK. And instead of markup 2, we're going to call it subtotals. Enter. And we're going to make the color black. So we'll go right click, tab color, black text one. Okay. We're going to select cell A5 on this subtotals sheet here. So A5. And we're going to click that filter arrow again, the one that kind of looks like a filter arrow, sorry. So A5, we're going to do the filter arrow from product ID. Okay, so we're not looking for that funnel one at all. We're just going to actually open this one up. And I think that is going to go in ascending order. I think we already are, so. Okay. Click the filter arrow for supplier, which is way over here. And we want those in ascending order. Okay, now it's going to change things around a little bit. Click the data tab. And we just want to note that the subtotal is not available, but not seeing it anyway. Outline group. Yeah, okay, so subtotal is not available. It's just showing us that it's not, so you don't have to do any work on that. We want to convert to range. which is on table design, convert to range button. And do we want to convert it? Yes, we do. Okay, select cells A4 to L40. Click the arrow in the fill color. And we want no fill. All right, now we're going to complete the subtotal command. So we're going to select cell A5 and click the subtotal button in the data tab. Outline group again, way smaller, subtotal. And this will bring up a little box, okay? And we want supplier for at each change in, we want supplier. Okay, and our use function, we want count. I think we want count. Click the use function arrow. Yeah, okay, there it is, count. And check the supplier box. Deselect any other. I think phone number was the only other one. Okay, so in the add subtotals to it should just be supplier. We click OK. And we get a new little version of our graph here. Okay, so for cells J17, I click it, press Control, I click M26, I click M43 and M40, I'm sorry, J43 and J44. And we want to right align those. So I go to the home and I do this middle one right here. It says right alignment. And they'll come up to the right. Want the markup sheet. Select cell A5. And we want a pivot table. So we had pivot table problems earlier. We are going to try to do it right this time. Hopefully everything goes well. Insert tab. Tables group. And want to verify that the range is TBL markup. It's showing that right there. Okay. We want it, and the new worksheet button is selected, correct. And we'll click OK, and we get kind of this, it's a new sheet. But the pivot table fields are there, okay. I'm gonna name this sheet pivot table. And it says size and pivot, position the pivot field, pivot table fields as needed. Okay, so we had all these items here. I think it tells us after which ones it wants here. We want the product box. Okay. We want the quantity. And we want the supplier. Okay, and see how our pivot chart comes about here. Yeah, now we'll format it in the pivot styles group. Go to design, pivot styles, and we want light orange pivot style medium 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now it's kind of orange looking. We want banded rows, so we go up, we're just in the same tab. And we want banded columns. We'll get that too. And we want to select cells E3 to, I'm sorry, A3 to E4. And ooh, it looks like I don't have all of my data. We wanted Jennifer's closet. It's there, but it's not. It's supposed to be in columns. Supposed to maybe go like that. It's pretty close. Product goes here. Okay, and supplies on that side. Okay. Again, I'm working with a different pivot fields, table fields than the laptop gives, so please forgive me as I try to figure this out on the fly. It looks like my numbers are correct at this point. So now we want to go from A3 to E4. We want to change that font color to black text 5 lighter. Okay. And we want those as bold. And we want to click the field headers button to hide the filter areas. Field headers button, analyze tab, where are you? Show. Right there, field headers, we want those gone. That looks good. And we might have it. Might have it. Very good. It's like baking a cake. Comes out different every time you do it. All right. Step 17, we're on the home stretch here. We're going to use the LEN function. So we want to select the catalog prep. And we're going to select cell D5. And we want the text button. We have to go to formulas. And we're going to come down to LEN. It's going to bring up a little box for us. And we want B5 to be the text box. And it should say 19. Very good. We're going to copy this formula to E5. Like that. And it brings us a 5. And then we want to copy cells D5 and E5 all the way down to 40. And it'll do that. Select cell F5. And we want to build a formula that adds D5, E5, and 2. So we go equals. Okay. And I can just go D5 plus E5 plus 2. And if I hit enter, it adds them up. And that should be correct, right? 19 plus 5 is 24 plus 2 is 26. And I should be able to just copy that all the way down. And there we go. Okay. And that concludes that one. We save this thing. Let's just double check our stuff to make sure we are in the in club here. That looks good. The Weaver. It's our markup, I believe. Just want to double check, make sure everything's okay. We already checked that one. It's good. I think we checked that one as well. Let's add the subtotals. All right. Got that one already. And we wanted that kind of pink one. In inventory. Okay. All right, it looks good. Everyone should get an A on this one.